Dear students of Standard 6, hope you all are keeping well by the blessings of Almighty. Welcome you all again to my today's online class. Previously, we have discussed about the atmosphere, and I told to you that we stay on the surface of the earth, the outermost layer of the land or the sea. And above the earth's surface is the atmosphere, and below the surface lies the interior portion of the earth. Follow here. We live on the surface of the earth, and above the earth's surface there is the atmosphere. This is biosphere where we live, and under the biosphere here is the two parts given. The landmass base, it is the lithosphere, and here the water body base, this is the hydrosphere. So today I am going to discuss on the interior formation of the earth, lesson 7 and 8. Follow here. Interior portion of the earth. The earth interior portion is divided into three layers, that is core or centrosphere, mantle or barysphere, and crust or lithosphere. If you assume that it is the earth, here is the core, mantle zone, and the crust. Core is divided into two parts, inner core and the outer core. Mantle layer is also divided into two parts, lower mantle and upper mantle, and this is the crust. So inner core is dense and hot, outer core is molten condition, lower mantle and upper mantle. Lower mantle portion is half melted or semi-liquid condition, upper mantle solid, and crust is the thin. Now you have to know what is the difference between crust and lithosphere. So crust is a part of lithosphere. Follow the next slide. What is lithosphere? Here the section of the earth interior portion, inner core, outer core, mantle zone, upper mantle zone. This is lower mantle, this one is upper mantle, this is crust, and this portion is the water body, that is hydrosphere, and this one is the landmass, and this landmass, the first ocean of air we live. This is the part, these are the part of the atmosphere. So what is the definition of lithosphere? The definition of lithosphere is based on how earth materials behave. That is, below the earth's surface lies the solid layer covering the interior portion of the earth known as lithosphere. It includes the crust and the upper mantle zone. Follow here. So crust and upper mantle zone combinedly it makes the lithosphere, and the lithosphere may spread up to 100 kilometers below the earth's surface. So crust is a part of lithosphere, we can say this, so which supports all life in the known universe. We can say the earth's surface is generally divided into three parts, that is core, mantle, and crust. Next, what is crust? Follow here the part again. This is the zone of upper mantle, and here is the lithosphere. So in geology, the crust is the outermost solid shell of a rocky planet, rock planet, or a natural satellite. So the crust is what you and I live on, and is by far the thinnest of the layers of earth, and the thickness varies depending on where you are on earth. Here the upper part of the mantle is called the crust, and it is composed of various rocks and minerals. The mentionable elements of the composition of this layer are oxygen, silicon, aluminium, iron, calcium, sodium, potassium, etc. And earth crust is the hard portion of the earth, and this crust also divided into two parts, continental crust and the oceanic crust. So continental crust, the landmass based crust is the continental crust, and water body based crust is the oceanic crust. Just follow the next slide. There are two different types of crust, each with its own distinctive physical and chemical properties. So oceanic crust, the thickness will be 5 to 10 kilometer under the ocean, and continental crust thickness will be 30 to 45 kilometer under the continent, and combinedly the average depth will be 17 kilometer. We will go for the mantle zone now. So below the lithosphere is the mantle zone. This is the zone of lithosphere, crust, and upper mantle, solid mantle portion, and we know the thickness is 100 kilometer. Then below the lithosphere there is the mantle zone, upper mantle and lower mantle. So below the lithosphere is mantle zone, and the middle of centrosphere and lithosphere there is mantle layer. Major portion of mantle is solid. I told you the upper portion of the mantle zone is solid, but some portion of it is in semi-liquid or half melted condition. And scientists assume that melted lava springs out by volcanic eruption from this portion. And what is this lava? This layer is known as shima because of its composition of silicon and magnesium. Due to the availability of silicon and magnesium, this layer is known as the shima. Here the core or centrosphere. This is the core or centrosphere. So the last layer which surrounds the center of the earth is called centrosphere or core. The spherical layer of about 3,500 km radius from the center of the earth, and according to the scientist, core is composed of some solid and heavy materials such as iron, nickel, mercury, lead, etc. They are in solid state in the outer side and in melted state in the inner side. This layer is called the knife because of excess nickel and iron portion. Now, what is the condition of the inside of the earth? It is assumed that after the creation of the earth, heat let off gradually from its exterior portion, that is earth crust, and the earth crust became cool. But from the heat in the central portion could not be emitted. As a result, the centrosphere and the mantle zone remain very hot. We will know about the plate tectonic theory. So we know previously about the Big Bang theory. So Big Bang theory, from the Big Bang theory, we are well known now the universe created, and now we will know the plate tectonic theory. Depending on this plate tectonic theory, the earthquake and volcanic eruption occur. So plate tectonic is a scientific theory describing the large scale motion of 7 large plates and the movements of a large number of smaller plates of Earth's surface. And the earthquake and volcanic eruption can be explained by the plate tectonic theory. Here follow the major portions of these 7 plates: the black ink position, Pacific Ocean, Eurasian plate, Europe and Asian plate, North American plate, South American plate, African plate, Indian Australian plate, and the Antarctic plate. So here the position of our country, so we can say the Indo-European plate. We fall in the Indo-European plate. And here what is plate? The basic conception of this theory is based on the finding that the lithosphere below the earth is separated into many portions or parts. These are called plates. And these plates are in floating condition over a region of which zone? Mantle zone. Because some portions of this mantle zone is semi-liquid or the half melted condition, and where one plate is contact with another plate, that area becomes more prone to earthquake and volcanic eruption. Now, what happens when tectonic plates move? When the plates move, they collide or spread apart, allowing the very hot molten material called lava to escape from the mantle zone. And when these plates smack or strike one another, immense heat is produced, and the substance inside the earth get melted due to this excessive heat. And this melted substance gashes out from below the earth's surface due to high temperature and pressure. And this split melted and hot liquid are known as the magma. Now we will see the difference between lava and magma. Lava and magma is nothing. The magma, just this portion exists interior part of the earth, and the lava comes outside. Scientists use the term magma for molten rock that is underground, and the lava for molten rock that breaks through the earth's surface. Here follow, we know the magma chamber is situated in the mantle zone, and it is the oceanic crust zone. So from this magma chamber, then this volcano and volcanic eruption occur through the crater of this volcano, and here comes the lava, different types of gaseous substance, ashes, etc. And from this lava, the environmental pollution occur. So lava and magma, we learn here the differences between them. What is volcano? A volcano is a rupture in the crust of a planetary mass object such as Earth that allows hot lava, volcanic ash or gases to escape from a magma chamber below the surface. So this volcano, it is in Bengali known as Agneogiri. An earthquake, it is the bhumikampo, a sudden violent shaking of the ground, typically causing great destruction as a result of movements within the earth crust or volcanic action. An apparatus called seismograph can detect the intensity and nature of an earthquake. Now the Richter scale is used in a large scale. So Richter scale is usually nowadays in a large scale. So I think you have enjoyed it. Thank you all. Stay safe and stay blessed.